Hello, how do I capture images of myself for thumbnails and how I streamline my video production process? So in this video we are going to tackle uh, we are going to do multiple things, multiple steps within it. So the first one will be to generate thumbnails picture by recording ourselves. So I'm going to just show you first. Before we do that, we are going to trying to open those just in case. So this is DaVinci Resolve that I will use to turn those videos into still images. So let's just, and I'm just going to click on create. And okay, I thought it might take a while to do it for us, but I can just show you. And that is the icon for it, and we have CapCut as well that I have here, and I can just click on create project, and that is CapCut icon there. So I thought they might take us a while to open them, but those are the two. You have those two that you can use, and I like to use DaVinci Resolve so that I can learn how to use it. But I used CapCut quite a bit last year, especially when I have a computer that was not didn't have enough memory for me to use DaVinci Resolve with, because it requires a good amount of memory on your computer. So if your computer does not have a lot of the RAM is not high, like if you have like 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, CapCut might be your best bet. If you have 16 gigabytes and you have a good leftover storage in your a memory, computer memory, DaVinci Resolve, you can give it a try. But I think, but for creating your own video, still images from your own video, it shouldn't, even DaVinci Resolve might do that for you. Even if you don't have a lot of memory, you may not able to edit video with it. So what I'm going to go with is, I just use my camera and my tripod, just put it around and just record videos. So I'm going to go to my picture videos here, and we are just going to see few. I did some today, and we can just okay, that'll be this one. We can just take a look at it together here, and I will just position myself and count 10 seconds. I will count 10 seconds, and then I will change a little bit. The way I like to do it though, I like to be on one side of, like, let's say the camera here, I like to have this at my eye level, and I like to be on this side of it. So I like to be closer to my left side. That way I can leave a lot of space on this side of the camera to have like a ball. That way I won't have to take the picture out. For instance, when I create my thumbnail, I will be on the left side, and I will use the board, my background as the board. So that is something I start doing this month. That way I won't have to try to find to remove myself out of the background and put another background behind me. But if I can find a smooth back in my picture and position myself, even though I'm looking at the lens, I'm not right in the middle. That way I can have more space on the side that I will have my writing, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. I was in the middle, and then I took that as well. And if I wanted to remove background out of it, I will use that still image that I will take from there. And this one, when I create my thumbnails, I will be on this side, but with this camera facing me, is like this that I am. And I'm having space here, and that space is somewhere here. It's a little bit on the opposite when you are doing it and when you are seeing it later. So you just have to have some landmark when you are doing it. I will try to have myself on both sides and then when I'm going to create a thumbnail, I will see which one of the two position me where I wanted to be, to have the message, because I tend to put myself on the same area each time for my thumbnails. So that way I will see moving forward where should I be for the camera to create that scenery. That way I don't have to spend too much time recording multiple shots that I'm not going to use. Does that make sense? Again, going into 2026, we might want it to streamline in the process, but to even come across what you are going to do, you have to try different ways, and those different ways take time. And it will be good if you start now working on those things, to see which way is going to be, so that you can just pretty much find your way through it. But just keep in mind that yes, it's going to take time. Even to make those videos that I recorded today, it seems like I spent an hour easily trying to find a good way to put my tripod, because it is where I'm recording that I'm trying to do it. A lot of time I do that in my office, and I already know where I will have those things when I set up to record myself. But for here, I have not figured out yet. So to figure out can take time, and just give yourself grace, and just know that once you find that way that is working for you, you can just have a notebook if need be, and write those things down as well. That way the setup will work. I try to zoom as well, and I pay attention to it. It was 1.1 or something like that, and that's something I will write down. That way I know that if it works, if I like it, I know that when I'm going to zoom, that is the zoom that I want to. So another thing is, when you are recording yourself, you can do multiple poses. I don't like to do real faces because it's just not my nature, but if that's yours, you like to to make it a little bit more fun, you can do that. But I just like to smile, show my teeth or not, and trying to shift a little bit and sideways and things like that. That way I have multiple poses, and I like to really count that I can make 6 poses like that. One will be to face the camera, another one will be to be on the side and then turn. So that's 3 right there. And then for each one of it, I will smile. I will make those 2, so that will make it 6 poses like that. And then and you can notice that it's getting a little bit blurry as well. And I don't know, because of the background, it's funny. I don't know what color is this, beige, yellow or not yellow, but it tends to, I noticed that it tends to be blurry a little bit here when I'm not in the middle. That rectangular that the camera will show in my face, when I'm off center, it tends to blur. So, but I'm working to it, so that's why I'm not too much on the side, but I'm somewhere in the middle. But I think it's giving me plenty of space here to work with. So another thing that I'm thinking about doing as well is the background, and I think getting to those things, I tend to put my recording is about in the background. If I'm talking about taxis, I like to put a tax form at the background, and that's why I will take myself out of the background, that my video that is in my video, and then put a task form behind me and put myself in front of it. Or for swing tuning, I'll put a chart. I will just do a screen record the chart, and then I will take it to DaVinci Resolve or CapCut and make still images out of it, and I will use that as a background as well. And recently I've been tracing the chart myself by hand, and then use that, like you use Inkscape to trace it and use that as well. But that I've been just putting it in this existing background, so just to have a little chart in the background. So going forward, removing myself out of the background is a no-no for me, because we can show few of it, but it just takes time, and I don't even for tax videos that I will record, I'm not going to put tax from behind my back. So therefore I'm just going to use my background. Having that in mind, how I'm recording myself, I'm thinking about it. That's why I'm creating that wall, and I'm using the wall behind me because it allows me to, pretty much I'm thinking about would I have enough space here to light. And once I found myself that I like the position, I will just count in my head for 10 seconds. That way I can stay still to avoid blurred image that I will have. So now that we saw few, let's see, I think I did one here where I was saying, well, that is pretty much, how you can record yourself. And that is what I do. And just make sure you save it properly. That way you have those, and I don't even try to improve the lighting, the brightness in the video editor. You can do that, but I don't do it. But I save those videos. Later I want to reuse them and improve the quality of the video before I get the still images out. I have them as well. But that is pretty much, how you can record yourself and have all those that you can work with. And that is the same principle here. And I'm pretty much reserving this area to work with. And I know that at the top I will have the topic. If that swing children is going to be at the top, and then one or two words related to the video is going to be here. And this one I was like not moving at all. So I think I was doing some tests, changing some setting on the camera so that I can, see which one it is. We can take a look at this one as well. Then it is in the office, and at this point I noticed that with my thumbnails I like it to be far from the camera, because the past one I was too close, and sometimes I will have YouTube the number of, I don't know, there will be like some timer that usually tend to be around here, and having my chins this low can be on my face. So that's something I have to think about, so that I can have my head. Technically my head should be a little bit higher up, and if I'm not going to put myself in the background, I'm going to keep it with the background. I want it to be, I want it to be higher up. That way I won't have YouTube time of the video on my chin when I put myself on this side. And I think having that in mind, I tend to not be too close to the side either, but being how I was before. And the way I was trying to be on this side, so that I can keep this for the board. And you can see those different poses that I'm making. I can get those images. I can make different images out of this one video. So now that we have those, we can go back to our here to stay on trend. So now we saw how we can record ourselves. Now we can generate our thumbnail images, and to do that we have CapCut. Just to give you an option with CapCut as well, I'm just going to go to the one that we did today, and I'm going to take this one to CapCut, and I'm going to, you can see how fast one or the other might be, and then you move it to the timeline. And when you move it to the timeline, you will start playing it. So I will just want you to see that 10 seconds that I stay still, and I notice that I'm still. So I will pause it again, and then I will go at the top here, and then I will say export still frame. I know that one time I did it, I don't know what I did and I don't know if that's this software or another one, but whatever I click on, it broke down the video on multiple images, save it for me right away. That will be very cool. But other than that, you just have to do it one by one. So when I say export still images, it's going to just do the one that is in front of us. So we want to create a folder for it. So therefore, I'm going to come back here, and I think I'm just going to keep the video one open, and I'm going to go back to my, and I'll go under pictures, November, and since we are doing today one, I'm just going to be here, and I'm just going to copy that. I will come back, and that is this area. I will just paste it there, Control V. It will take me back here and select folder, and then here I'm just going to put V1. That way I can differentiate it. It's put PNG, and I don't want PNG, so I'm just going to put JPEG, and I will put export, and that is done. And then now I will, if you do not click to select this, is just going to do it from the still image that it put there. We don't want that. You want it to click on this to go back to your video and just continue playing it again. So now I change, that is another pose. I'm now showing my teeth, and I pause for a while. So I'm going to pause it again, and I will go back. I do my still images. I will put V2. It's going to keep where I post my the folder that I selected is going to keep that JPEG in import project. So I don't know if that's why I keep putting it here or what, but I'm just going to leave it alone. Or maybe let's take that off to see if it's not going to show it here, and just put okay. I think when you check that, it won't bring it back here. So therefore, it's just going to keep this video for us. And now we are going to continue playing it again. So we got two images there already. So, and since I'm going to keep the background, if I keep using that same video, it's going to be different picture right there. I pause enough. I'm going to pause it here, and we'll go back. Everything is set. We are just going to put V3 if I'm counting well, and I'm just going to see import. If you by mistake you put the same folder, the same file name, it will say if you want to replace the previous one, and you'll just change it, say no, and then change the what you put down. So I'm going to continue playing. We got 3 so far, and I've already changed my thing, I think, but let's pause and go there and do V4. You get the idea. So, and I don't know how long we are in. We are what, 41 seconds in. We got 4 images out of there. So we are going to keep this one alone, and we are going to go to DaVinci Resolve, which is this one, and we are going to bring, and you can see those images V1, V2. Let's click on one here. Okay, you can see it. We have enough we can work with, and let's go to the one. You have this, you have that. So those are the camera that I'm using automatically makes some pictures as well. So that's why I kept the one from the camera, but usually they are now, I don't know, I just feel like because it's as soon as I turn it on, the camera on, it'll take picture of me. So they may not be the right poses necessarily, but I will keep it there. So now that we are on DaVinci Resolve, we are having two folders, one for the picture, one for the video. Open allows you to move between the two without clicking too much. So for this one, let's try a different video. And what I will do is I will come back to my pictures here. In fact, I should have done that here, and I will copy this file, and I will come back and I will try to put it there so that I know that pictures from here. I don't know if it will allow me to move those, but I'll move them here. That way I know that those images that I'm creating are from this video. That way if I don't do the entire one, all of them, I know which one I did, which one I didn't. So for DaVinci Resolve, let's work on this one, that one, this one, or this one. So let's copy that folder, and that is how we try to be organized, so that we don't spend a few minutes later to figure out what we did, what we didn't. So when you come to DaVinci Resolve, you want to be under 80, and that'll be this one. So when you put your mouse on it, you'll be able to see what those icons mean. So we are going to bring this one in here. It will ask if we want to change the frame rate. I will just say don't change, and we can give it a few, and you can see which one is going to work faster by just looking at what we are doing. So now that we have it here, I'm going to drag it to the timeline, and is in the timeline, and I will start playing it. So some might recommend you do your saving of the still images in the color section. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. I know that with the color area, you can improve the quality of the video as well if you want, but you can create still images from here. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. So let's see different ways that I do it in DaVinci Resolve. So let's start here under the color section. I will start playing the video. I'm silly enough that I'm going to pause it. Now that I pause it, they say no seal created. So it could be that this area you can actually make seal out of it. So one way you can do the seal here, if I recall right, it will be let's see if that will be right clicking it. So when you click, you right click, it will say grab seal, and I thought maybe it will allow me to just break down all the video into multiple, but it does not. So now that you have this one here, you'll want it to find, which sometimes it's kind of hard for me to find, is the don't know how to call it. I've let's see if that's this one, the media pool. And now from here, you want it to see which one is your still images. Anyway, but I don't know, I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, what I find confusing is sometimes you don't even know which one is the still images here, and I think I should just have kept it the way it was. But because the still images, it put 111 for me, so I would have preferred to keep it that way, because at least it's clean enough for me. But anyway, what you like to do from here for that still image will be to right click, and then you will export. And I'm not seeing it here. I'm not seeing that here either. Let's see, file, export. Export current frame as seal, and let's see if it's going to allow me to. I need to go back, take my pictures. It's going to be under this one, so I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come back and paste it, and from here I'm just going to put one, and we want to make sure it's JPEG, it's showing JPEG, and we can just put one and export. So, and then you can continue playing it. And I think I changed a little bit the position. I'm going to pause. I'm going to grab a seal, and I don't know where my seal is, but I know it's somewhere. So that's why until I figure out, what I like to do is I will go back to the car session. I like that. Sometimes I'll do it under 80 as well, but I would like to go to the car, because here I can see better too. And from here I will just again right click or not, but let's go here, and from here we will do export current frame as seal. It will take me back here where we have the first one. I'll put 2 and then I'll click it. Do you see how both areas you have different way? The color area, you right click and grab the seal. From the card section, you'll just go straight to your file and do that. So I tend to do that, and then from here I can just continue playing it. I change the position a little bit. I'll pause for a few seconds and then I'll pause it, and then I'll go back to there and I'll say export frame as seal, and I'll add 3, and then I'll play it again. I change the position again. I'll wait a few seconds and I'll pause it, and then I'll go back, export, and I'll put a 3 and a 4. And you can see which one between CapCut and DaVinci Resolve. Within DaVinci Resolve you have the color section and you have the card section. So which one do you like? Which software do you have? Which one do you use? And which one do you think you will prefer between the two to create your own seal images if you will use this process? Keep in mind that if you are using Canva, you pay for Canva, you can speed up your process there, but I'm not using any paid software, and that's how I'm doing with those free software that I have. They require more of your time. It's either your money or your time, or a combination of both, and I enjoy learning the skills that comes with doing those things yourself while you are still young in your business, or while your business is still young, to keep your business budget low by doing certain things yourself, rather than buying them down for you. Can pause it here, and then I can, and the thing is, when I'm doing this, I like to be done with one video, not just do few and just get out of it, because then I won't know next time where I stopped, what I didn't. So, and it can be something that is time consuming, but it's a step that is necessary to use your own images, unless you are going to use AI to do it for you, and these images is done. So, and when it's done, I will just go back to my 80 where I put the video to begin with. I can just right click here and delete that. I will come back here and delete. Pretty much what needs to be deleted, and that is done. So we can go back to our folder here and see what images we create using DaVinci Resolve, because we are now using the same video in both CapCut and DaVinci Resolve. We won't be able to compare side by side, but I try and I noticed that they pretty much give me the same quality. Pretty much the quality the video was that I put there, it showed out the same quality. If the video was not good to begin with, it's not going to change it, since I didn't try to do anything to change it. But as for, yeah, I think they both work the same. If we go back to CapCut, we can see both, but that's pretty much how I do that. So if we want to take the background out of this, then we'll go to another software, remove that BG. I'm not using it really because remove, I didn't put the right things there, and it tends to have conditions there not to use it for commercial purposes or something like that. and that just make me not use them lately. But there is another one that is Luna Peak. I used some years ago, and that's what I used recently as well, but it's just time consuming. So when you come here, Luna Peak, upload, choose file, it brought us back here. We can go to this area, we'll go under the pictures, and today, and we can do one of CapCut, can be the first one. We'll bring it here, and then we will click on background remover. It's not what we want. Okay, let's see. Remove background. Why I'm not seeing it? File, edit, transparent background. So that's where you'll find it if you don't find it right away. It might take a few seconds. It will do it for you, and that's that. Look, because of this that I'm using and the background that I was in, it pretty much took a part of my body out as well. So clearly it's just too the background is just to blend in for that one. Let's see for the same one if how this one will do it. Okay, so this one kept, you know, our clothing on us. So, and then you'll just download it, and I just download the, you know, the free version one. So, and this one, no, I'm not even going to do that. I will just go back to, let's just go somewhere here, and I'll just go in my download, and that'll be this one. I will cut it, and I'll go back, and here we can just put transparent. We can put a transparent folder, and paste it here. So if you don't want background, here you have it. But you see, all those process that you have to go through to just get your images ready before you even create thumbnails with them is daunting. Canva, you'll be able to do those faster there, but again, you are going to pay for the service for not having to do those steps yourself. But you know, time of the day that you are tired, you don't want to think too much, you can do those repetitive work around that time frame as well. It be time consuming, but that here you have it. That is how you do those, and I've been doing that until last week. I said to myself, why not just keep my background? In fact, I think maybe 2 weeks ago that I started thinking that way. But again, it's just like that. You'll keep improving yourself. I've been removing my background for years now, since 2019 that I've been publishing videos, and I don't know when I start creating my own thumbnail, but since I start creating my thumbnail, that was the process that I'll go through. My husband will take picture of me, and then I will use those picture, take the background out, and then I will use the picture, you know, for my thumbnails. But and then later, when I know that I can just record myself and create my own still images, I've been doing that, and I don't bother my husband to take picture of me. So, and you can see even this one, November, October, November, I've been recording, taking picture of backgrounds, different backgrounds, so that I can put behind my back. And this is pretty much where I'm recording. This is another area, another place. So each time I found a good quality wall with some interesting scene in the background, I can capture. I have my camera with me. I'll just take those pictures. That way I know that later my transparent image, I'll put it somewhere here, and I'll have this area for the test. And I'll just, you know, play around and having multiple one so that it does not look just like a plain rectangle, but it has some stuff there to just, you know, make it a little bit interesting, if that makes sense. So I took that picture, same area but different angles, using a camera. Now not this one but picture camera. And because I feel like I take the picture camera, take quality pictures more than taking a video and turn it into pictures. I can do that with myself, but when it comes to the wall, the background, I take pictures, not videos, but pictures. And those are just example. And if I have time sometimes and I wanted to make it a little bit interesting, I have those silly images that I can take myself out of that background, and I can use those as well. I have them. So those are just, you know, different backgrounds. And when you are leaving your home, you can have your camera with you, if that cell phone you use, and you can just take those interesting places, images excuse me, that later you can use as a background. But yeah, those are options to see. If you want to streamline it too much, then use the background from your picture. And I could have asked my husband to take picture of me in those places, but I had to explain to him what I'm trying to achieve, or ask him to use the camera instead. That way it will be more doable. Camera, because I might find some good one in it, but pictures may not be necessarily what I was looking for. But it's worth trying both. If you have somebody that can take picture of you to see, that way I can already take picture with that background. But a lot of time when I'm doing this, I might have people around as well, and I'm the only one knowing what I'm doing. My husband will say, or my kids will ask, why are you taking picture of the wall? And I will say that's background for YouTube videos, thumbnails. So it's kind of hard to explain those issues. my kids and my husband, why we are going to places, then I'll just keep taking picture of a blank wall, no one there. When I'm taking picture of my children, they understand it, but when I'm just flashing at walls, they find it weird. But you know, you and I just know what we are doing. When we sometimes we look kind of like something is not going on well, it's just our artistic side of us that is showing up. But it's all by trying that you'll find what works for you and what does not work. So I think we covered that as well. So we covered the background, how you can remove the background if that's something you want to go with, and those silly images. And to see, that's how we capture images of ourselves. Not just that, but we record our, you know, ourselves as a video, turn it into still images. And if you plan to remove the background, then you'll have a lot of them to remove the background from. And from there, you have your own background that you can use to put underneath. And that is, and this example, when I'm creating this thumbnail, in fact, I didn't think about showing you how I'm going to do it. Therefore, when I was doing it last time, I took a screenshot of those. But yeah, and oh, there is something I didn't show, is I took it out, is even from the AD side, the process is the same as from the CAD side. You'll go under, when you post the video, you'll go under file and export as that frame as a seal. You'll use that same process for if you want to do it under AD or under CAD, but the process is the same. So that is pretty much how you will create your own images, so that later you can create thumbnails from them. And while we are under pictures, we have some, and that is pretty much how we cut those videos, you know, into still images, and those are different videos recorded those days. And I just try to like when I get ready to record, I will say, okay, do I feel like recording myself for videos, for pictures? That way I can record myself in different outfits like that throughout the day, or once or twice a week or so. And I can just, that way you will have different outfits. And once you have about 7 of them or so, that's 1 week worth of different pictures you can create thumbnails with, and you can just rotate. But again, even the thing is, even though I'll cut multiple still images out of one video, when I'm doing my thumbnails, I will only take one out of here for the batch recording that I'm doing, so that I can have a variety of images to work with. Not just the same outfit but different poses, but different outfits as well. But again, you can just use one outfit type of video, different poses as well, if that's what you want to do. I just try to see what is going to be the variable in my thumbnails when I'm creating the thumbnails. So because it's not easy to change every pieces of the thumbnails, and this time our background is coming with us, so you wanted to see what is remaining the same, what is changing. In this instance, YouTube is going to remain for thumbnail for video for YouTube. The wording might change, therefore your picture will change. So you have to see, choosing one thing to change, and see which one is easier. It might be easier to change just the color, but I think we are going to together trying to create a thumbnails together, so that we can work with those variables. But you just have to practice it and see, is it the color of the thumbnails of the word you want to change and keep your images the same, or is it the image you want to take out and keep the color of the text the same? And I think when we get there, we'll work through those. But you are going to try and then see what works for you. And in this instance, I duplicate the size and then work with it. But that is what we'll cover in this video. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, Liberman, Growth of Liberman Consulting, L.L.C, YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And having your own YouTube channel and creating your own content is one way to generate a stream of income from it, if not more, over time. Thank you so much for your time.